Heyo, hello. Welcome back. Today we're going to be playing through the Stanley Parable, which I've seen a little bit about over the past couple of years, but I haven't seen too much, so it should still be a pretty blind playthrough. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, Zara. Welcome back. This is taking a little bit of time to load. But yeah. Before I started this stream, I took about a 5-minute nap, which is about all the time I had to. I've recently messed up my sleep schedule, so I'm a bit tired, but I should still be good to go for this stream.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Alright, sorry, I didn't want to...
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Ooh.
He
Got a bit of stuttering there.
When he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. Ooh. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt the narrator there. Yeah, it's okay. I definitely understand. You know, it's fine if you fall asleep, you know. I definitely with how I've destroyed my sleep schedule recently and in the past, I definitely understand. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't do the same at some point. Alright, so let's step out.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Sure I can find something. Oh, okay. Gotta make sure you, don't waste electricity there. Let's turn that one off too. And let me know if the volume is good or if it needs to be changed. Turn that one off. We're getting a bit of stuttering here and there. Hopefully that'll smooth out as we play.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and listen to the narrator this first time around. He seems to know what's going on.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Volume is fine? That's good. That's good. I recently switched headphones, so everything's a little bit louder for me, but it's good to see that it's just the setting on my headphone and not the volume balance. Let's see. Anything important here? Termination Tuesdays. Oh boy. I bet that's fun. I wonder why they have to follow up Termination Tuesdays with legal. Alright. Let's keep going. Can I turn this, where's the projector? Can I turn the projector off? There. A remote somewhere, maybe? Can't jump. Alright. Let's move on.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay. But I will be returning. We're broke Wednesdays, yeah. That,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
That definitely might, be the cause of Termination Tuesdays. Is this computer on? No? Okay. We can't exactly afford to just let computers run here.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Do any of these drawers open? No. That's weird that it's given me a...
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Oh, it's because I'm close enough to the keypad. That makes sense.
Since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I'm curious if I could leave. No, doesn't look like it. Oh, bit of a stutter there. Oh. It looked like there was a little bit of a pass there. We'll go ahead and go down. But yeah, we're going to start off playing nice with the narrator, but I don't anticipate that that's going to last very long.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
It's, I'm not sure I'm feeling the whole free will thing here right now.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Tempting. I'll have to come back. Deviate, do crimes? Alright, you know what? We've made it this far, but no further. We're going to escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
That's okay with me.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I do indeed.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Well, death is a kind of escape. And here we go. Oh, okay. Somehow I survived that fall.
As the machine into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Well, that was quite rude.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated, as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I don't think that's what's happening. Oh. I'm not too sure what's going on, but, I'm gonna... Oh. Am I able to walk through? Okay. I just got caught on the corner.
It would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
Oh, there's no way back.
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance,
sorry,
death
excuse
becomes
me.
meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I don't know if this is more or less depressing than the other narrator. The set of two doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once the room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it. Okay. So I guess that's gonna be the key area, I guess. Yeah, we're turning those off. Oh, look, the credits. I guess we beat the game. Nice. Well, this was a good stream. I had fun. I'll see you guys on Friday. Is there a way out? Oh, I guess it would be the door with the exit. That makes sense.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I think you're putting thoughts into my head. I still am not quite sure I want to destroy the narrator, per se.
Can you see? Can you see
No, I
how
can't.
much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Well, if you turn on the lights, maybe I could.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. It'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time
I choose death. Okay. I guess this is what death is like. So, hear any good jokes recently? Huh. Well, the game hasn't crashed. Is it going to do something? I'd hate for me to restart like 5 seconds before it's gonna give me some sort of ending. But I guess that's the only option we have. Rip indeed. Oh. There's not a button on my computer, I can't turn it off.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two opens, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, I don't. Oh, look,
yes,
it's nice.
Truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. This looks much more interesting.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside.
I wonder if I could
let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh, could I have fallen on that catwalk? Dang it. Nope.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Rip
Good
once
job,
again.
Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I guess we're taking the death-only approach.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, this time we're gonna aim for the catwalk as we're moving.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes. Ooh, wow.
Wow.
Very
Yes,
beautiful. Nice.
This room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look,
Okay.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot
Come
here.
on.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Here we go.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
No,
Well,
I just want to
I
explore.
don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I don't think he did.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked
Nope.
through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through... All right, fine,
Nope.
Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see, there's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yes.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Quite.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
This is pretty
Tell you
good.
what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I want to go through that door, but I know I shouldn't.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Oh, well, now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either. You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay. I wonder if these are actual statistics. Okay. And with Mussolini, yeah, no, okay. Never mind.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
I like the number 2.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
As long as I get paid.
Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Sure, okay. I'm waiting for the paycheck to come in.
You
Oh.
heartless bastard. Did you do it because you
How
hate
unfortunate.
babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over.
Okay.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes. This
Right,
seems like
baby.
it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Hey, it wasn't my fault. I didn't get paid.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired.
You don't want the
a
honest
game
answer
I
to
had
that.
absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Okay.
This will go here, no, here, and then. Let's see, what does
Is
it
an
need?
actual ending if you click the button for 4 hours?
Of course, and just to finish
I
it
figured
all
there
off,
probably was,
yes,
but
it's complete. I made this, Stanley.
this
Look
time
at
around we're not going to sit around
Gaze
for 4
upon my
hours
work
and
of art
click a button.
and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But
Maybe
you've
I'll
only seen it
come
from
back
the
for some of
outside.
the
You've only gotten half
longer,
the experience. Please step
endings.
inside and make yourself comfortable.
I don't know, this... You know, you make houses about as well as you make games.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Okay, I guess I'm playing Minecraft now. I guess I'll do another intro. Excuse me. Heyo, hello, welcome back. Today's a surprise stream. We're playing Minecraft today. I didn't know we were going to play Minecraft today, but apparently that's what we're doing.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No, but I could...
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Oh. Well, that was a fun stream. I'll see you guys Friday. This is the second stream today, and it's already over.
Yes, I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be?
Oh, I
can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Are we actually going to play Portal now? Alright, well, I guess I have to do another intro. Heyo, hello, welcome back. Today we are playing Portal. In a third surprise stream for the day.
Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
That sounded vaguely insulting, but I will take it as a compliment.
Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games.
Well, that was Portal. I guess I could keep reusing the joke of the stream is over, but I'm sure at some point that's gonna get stale. Whoosh. I'm gonna turn around and go backwards. Oh, this is the hallway. Am I just... Is there not really an ending here? Well, let's keep searching. Sure, we'll find an ending somewhere. Ah. A light at the end of the tunnel. Hey, nice. Somebody's upgraded my computer. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Okay.
I can wait.
I can wait too. Alright, there we go. So that was ending number... I'm not keeping track. Let's go find another one.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Nope.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Oh, poor narrator. I know that you're the impatient type. We're going to admire the textures in this room. This is really a lovely shade of yellow. It's got all of 10 polygons. I give it a 6 out of 10. We got some tools here. Some duct tape. Some very low resolution shadows. A spool of wire that looks like it is radioactive. Got some pipes up here. Got some tubing on the floor. That seems like a violation of some sort of safety regulation. We've got these wires here that are just textures. And of course we have a broom. Wonder.
Coming to a staircase,
Oh,
Stanley
no.
walked
Dang
upstairs
it.
to his boss's office.
Well then, I guess we'll go a different way and we'll go down. I was hoping that I could trick him into continuing the narration. I could just double back.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Well,
And
I
for
don't
that
have
matter,
feet,
these rooms were starting to look
and they're
pretty
automatic
familiar.
doors.
Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Oh.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job, All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Yeah, I don't think this
Stanley
is
began screaming.
what okay looks like.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am
Stop
real.
there.
I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Ooh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Ah, yes.
It was comforting to think this.
These
and
are
in
thoughts I
some
have
way, seeing
regularly.
This man made her feel better. But then she remembered
These
the
are the
meeting
thoughts
she
of a
had
normal
scheduled
person.
for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
She didn't have to run. That's kind of rude. Okay.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Oh, the computers are different. Well, the end might not be the end, but it is for these computers. Waiting input. Okay. That's interesting. There's gotta be more computers around here somewhere. Can we get into any of these rooms? No. Somebody's playing solitaire.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Still haven't gone all the way with this one.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Still curious about
I'm not your
that
enemy,
computer.
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing
There's
in your
gotta be
trust
3
in
others
someone else
somewhere.
can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, Stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Well, I guess we'll see where this
Is it,
goes.
Stanley? Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Is she this eternal and endless void? Because I'm not sure this is the correct choice. But I'm stepping in. No.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to... Oh, no,
Oh.
you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything.
She's
I don't
already
understand.
my wife.
How on earth
I
are you
don't
making
need
meaningful
to
choices?
pledge myself to her. It
Wait a
should have
second.
already been a
Did
thing.
I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making.
Control
or did
for
you
crouch.
not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch.
We're going to
I'm
be playing the
stop
game
for a
at
moment
this height
so we
from
can
now on.
educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Oh, okay.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person, but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Okay.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
I feel like I'm being brainwashed.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. I wonder what happens if I stay here and make no choices. You know, narrator, I love what you've done with the place. You really gave it a new breath of life. What does this say? That's something, please. I'm begging. Stop, 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 stop. Stop. Charts, stop. Well, I guess I need to find a way to stop charts. Oh, are we going all the way back? Alright.
Now that we know
Oh,
your
you
choices
sly
are
dog.
meaningful,
You've put-
we can't have you jumping
put
off
a-
the platform and dying.
Darn it.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
Wonder if I
That
could just,
story
like,
would make no sense at all.
clip through
We just
something
need to get
here.
you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Yeah, well, I'm not either, so you don't see me complaining.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
What if I choose no?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 B 4 5 6 B 7 8 9 0. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. Wonder if I could just go this way again. Oh. Oh, even warped in here. Alright, door on the left. Ooh, bright. It, sure is sunny out today. Oh.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
Grr.
No, I have to. I have to shut the
Everywhere.
game down. I have to. I have to.
Rip Franz. Oh. Rip Franz indeed. Oh.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to
Yes.
see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Maybe you should have hired
That
Stanley.
thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Seems like the narrator has gone insane.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't know why this narrator is doing the same thing, expecting different results, but I'm going to take the right door again.
No!
Right is always right.
That? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
I think that's
when Stanley came
proven
to a
fact
set of
by
2
now.
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, okay, that pushed me.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
I think we gotta
choosing
just go ahead and
and
choose
always
left.
putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, door on the left. And it sure is bright outside.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, you locked the broom closet.
Coming to
And
a
he took away the
Stanley
stairs.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, this is
Stepping
different.
inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions.
Oh my gosh.
And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode.
I was not
He had seen it
expecting,
on his boss's computer just last week.
business
Nightshark
strategy.
115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown.
Mr.
He drew
Narrator.
a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Mr. Narrator, what do you have against pandas? This seems unnecessary, Mr. Narrator.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I don't think he did. Especially not after seeing this,
I'm sorry,
this
is there a
panda
problem?
painting.
You didn't mishear
This is,
me, did you?
this is a little
Please
too much.
Speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step. Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, this is... Oh,
Stanley?
yep.
Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
Having a bit of an out-of-body experience.
I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door.
Oh, the end.
Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
Is this the real end?
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Well, we beat the game. This time, I think, for real.
Decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right.
I was not expecting this to be the real ending,
What's the right thing to do?
if I must be honest.
Take as much time as you need.
End is never the end. No, I think that was the end. Alright. I'm not going to even take one step. I'm going to see if the narrator freaks out if I just do nothing. I'll give it another minute or so. That ADHD brain is saying go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, that's another input. So every cycle is there another input? Okay. I'll have to remember that.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sure.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What's your problem with the broom closet, man? There's some real nice textures in there. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Nope. It's clicked. I'm gonna
Stanley
keep
simply
failing
began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead.
Alright. We're not gonna sit here forever.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to
Wasn't
input
it
anything on the device
4825?
was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2845. Thank you, Mr. Narrator.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Here we go. And going down. Alright.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Sure. We'll play along. Can't quite see those numbers. Words. Ooh. General questions about bucket filling. Recommendations from the Oversight Committee. 1991. Okay. Interviewing and interrogation techniques. Can't quite make that out. Okay. We're hitting the
The
button.
lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't know, but let's find out. Employee observation protocol. It looks like it's all the same page. Alright,
Now
pressing
the
the button.
monitors jumped to life,
Whoa.
their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Let's see if one of them is currently tracking me. I don't quite see. I don't remember my employee number. It was like 4 something. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Maybe it's best we just continue on. Yeah. Alright, next button.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Alright, stepping in the elevator.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof.
Ooh.
The heart of the
Colored
operation.
buttons.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, there's a wire connecting it here. We can also climb this stairs, it looks like. Yeah, I know you want me to go to the facility power, but we're hitting button number 4. Okay, so there's probably a couple numbered buttons around here, so let's find them. Let's start with 1. Let's see, where's button number 1? There's 5. I'm definitely onto something here. Oh, there's some buttons over here. One, 2. We just need to find where 3 is. Yeah, that's 5. Oh, here. 3. I climb up here for 4. Alright. Then 5's right over by the... Oh, got stuck there for a second. And 5. Isn't a 6th button? Oh, great. I can't say. I can't. For whatever reason, I can't say that word. 6th. That word always messes me up. All right. We'll continue on.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Power on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
I'm assuming now we press the button.
Much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Okay.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not?
3 attempts remaining.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Oh,
dear
okay.
me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Button
Or did you
1.
just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
Alright, now
Why
you're
do you
just
think that,
mocking
Stanley?
me.
That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene, because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
Alright.
You wanted to control this world, that's fine.
You wanna
But
play
I'm
this
going to
game?
destroy it first, so you
I'll stop
can't.
moving.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending even, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Oof. Alright.
All of his
Is there another
co-workers were
input
gone.
computer?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Next room, next room. It's gotta be an input computer. Come on, there's supposed to be an input computer. Well, that was my assumption anyway. Alright, no input computer. Maybe it's after specific endings.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Secret in the first 2 rooms. Oh. I can remember a secret route in one of the first 2 rooms.
Standing now in this
Okay.
incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness.
I'll
Then
take
the
a
feeling went away,
closer
but
look
eager
at
to get back to
those
business,
rooms.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I do know that those rooms, there was some computers with input that kind of randomly showed up between cycles. I got 2 of them done. Like, the second one was on a different cycle, and it already had the bar from the first one. So I'm assuming...
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
So I'm assuming that after certain endings, I'll be able to interact with those computers, and when I get them all done, that'll probably be a secret ending. Hopefully. Either that or I'm crazy.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Can I go elsewhere? Is it gonna get annoyed if I don't?
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Gonna shut this door
No,
too. Yep.
no, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Is there another way? Alright, well I guess we're going this way. Can't get in there. Alright, guess we're going down.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, who am I kidding?
Who is employee number
all
one?
Rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Alright, from the top. Alright.
All of his co-workers
We got
were
an
gone.
input computer.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Checking other people's offices too as well. Saw a number in red. Oh, back in the brainwashing facility? Yeah, there's a couple of red ones that were I think they were terminated, I think. Is what the red words were saying. But I could be misremembering. I know there's gonna... Where is the input computer? This is driving me insane. I know there's an input computer somewhere. Maybe it's past here.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Did something change?
We're not done yet.
Did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh no. Choices. Alright. Let's just take a little peek here and there just to see if I can find the input computer.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
You think this is one of your favorite routes? Alright. I'm trusting your taste
What could
here.
it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm assuming this is still part of the same route. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to look for that input computer.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Alright, we'll backtrack. Any computers? Hello? Just double checking nothing's changed here.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Where in the world?
No, wait.
Oh, no.
Never mind.
Dead
Not
end.
the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
You remember him
I
spawning a
can't quite
line and we have to
recall, but
follow
I
it?
believe my story took place in an office building.
I wonder,
Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
I wonder if we're
Do you
going to
know
be
what?
able to,
Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing,
deviate
how
from that
about
line.
this? You win!
Hey!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so
Thank you.
good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
I do.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Hey.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Uh-oh. Ah. A line.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Well, since you've, obviously misplaced your story, I'm not sure it's quite that simple. Oh no. No, we're not following the line.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. He's not even gonna try. He's not even gonna try. Alright, following the line.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Alright.
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or
That's
to put
true.
it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the
I don't
nature
remember
of
which way
life
I'm supposed to
itself?
be going.
Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience
I can't
of that
quite
existence,
follow that,
right?
but we'll
Okay.
hop back on
now,
over
if
here.
my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
There's no way to prove
That got
that.
a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what?
Ooh, question.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Duh. That's a bit loud. Here we go. I think adventure music. Well, certainly is a good ending.
Wait, cut the music.
Oh.
Go back and look at that fern.
Wait, what?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
It's a fern.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no, no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I don't think anybody likes to listen to the narrator. Hey, look.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh. Well, let's trust the line some more.
You know what,
I am
Stanley?
gonna check.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Oh,
we're intelligent
okay.
people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your
Apparently,
imagination.
a square.
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Well, I can't wait to see what...
Oh, no, not you again.
Ah.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just
Nope.
don't acknowledge it.
I
and
veto
she'll be
that
fine.
veto. You asked me what I want, and I'm going to pick the line. I want the line. Darn. Can't have anything.
Ah,
Oh.
a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Sure.
Okay, so I know that
Not quite
each
as good as the
door has to
line,
lead
but-
somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
All right. Oh.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Please don't do the 8th reset.
That's really how all this goes?
I don't think I like how that ends.
Determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting.
gotta find a
I don't
bookstore.
want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped. Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How
Well,
do we even know? Will
We're
someone
obviously
come
not
for
in the
us?
confusion ending
Will something happen?
anymore, so I'd say yes.
So, okay. I guess now we just
Sit
wait.
down.
You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure
Yeah.
if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Well,
In the meantime...
duh. Well, every destination is just the journey to another destination.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Come on, input computer. art thou? Unless we're still in the confusion,
When
no.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, let's actually just follow the narrator this time. Hopefully that will be one of the endings that will spawn one of the
Yet there was not a single person here
computers
either.
I need.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, I always miss that.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze
I think
in
it
his
was...
tracks. Not a living soul
Nope,
anywhere.
I messed that up.
Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh, well, that was a hole. Well, that was nice.
Stanley
All
walked
right,
straight
narrator.
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Playing along this time. Better be grateful, because this is the one time we're going to do it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh. I have to move on.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
I mean,
He refused to believe it.
We've heard this all
couldn't
before,
accept it.
narrator,
His own life
but,
in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
5.
Walking, eating, working, all of it
I feel
monitored
5
and
today.
commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this... blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
Something in front of me.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
It's not open yet, narrator. Oh, there we go.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
No control.
The feeling of liberation. The immense possibility of the
Stanley
new
has been
path
liberated from
before
mind
him.
control. I no longer can
This
control
was
him.
exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
And I should have ended with that. Okay. There has to be an input
Wait,
computer.
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Can't see anything out of those windows. Maybe I gotta turn these computers off? Oh, yeah, there's not a computer in that corner. I know there are more computers with inputs. So I've only got 2, and there's definitely more spaces.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, deeply, madly love.
Narrator? You're,
Yes.
Getting kinda weird.
Really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
well, I think this is a photo and not a painting, but sure. I think that's a photo too. I don't think these are
At
paintings.
this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Well, I'm sorry, narrator, you wrote my character this way. And, there's no going
Stanley
back.
sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
No, the message came in loud and clear. Stanley is madly in love with this room. Right here. He will spend the rest of his days here. Happy. A board? Or a notepad? Nothing. Can I get around? Nope. Can't really get a good angle on that to read it. Coffee nut. Stanley X room? Yeah. I mean, the narrator sounded like he wanted to go there, so I'm only obliging what the narrator wants. But I think the time has come to move
But at
on.
last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Let's see. Still haven't picked up the phone over here, so let's go do that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about
I wonder if I could go
nothing
through
but
that
you
door.
all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've
Is there a
forgotten
keypad on that
about.
door?
Please, stop
It
trying
looks
to
like there's a
make
card
every decision
scanner.
by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Alright,
This is it, Stanley.
we'll go pick
Your
up the
chance
phone.
to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Ah,
That's
terrifying.
her, Stan.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
Hey, that's
Oh,
not the
come
lounge.
on. Did you actually think you had a
That's
loving
not
wife
Stanley's
who'd
room.
want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Stanley just wants to come home to his room.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
I don't think I'm gonna press that. Let's see if I press 1 or 2. No, not gonna fail. Fine. I will be Stanley.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing
did something
exactly
change?
what he's told to do.
Oh, it's
Now
slowly
he's
turning
pushing
into
a
the...
button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
That's a little bit
But
too
in his
real there,
mind,
narrator.
In his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Well, I'm glad we experienced all of those
It was such a
endings
wonderful
before this
fantasy,
one.
and so in his head, he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Can I tell the employee lounge instead?
But there
Alright,
is
fine.
no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I question nothing.
Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Oh.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
Oh, okay. This doesn't feel right. Yeah, wait, what?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Just skipped the whole office space.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Is there any secret numbers anywhere? Rip Franz. It's gotta be some secret number somewhere. Come on, give me something to work with. Help, I'm a post-it. Yeah, the desk. Well, I can't really read any of this. No. If there's a different code that I could put into, that still disappoints me greatly, narrator. I miss my broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wonder what happens if I walk down and then up. Nothing. Oh, is there something back here? Nope. Alright.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Let's see. 4... No, it was 2. That's right, it starts with 2. 2... Is it 2845? I thought he would have at least said something about that. I must still be in the same, ending, because everything's quite, different.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, Stanley thought better of it at the end of this hall. He simply had too much to live for.
I think there's too many people here.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I guess the narrator was just trying to speed along.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
Employee
His own
pirate?
life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
Apparently there's
Was it
an
even
employee
possible?
whose number is
Had
pirate.
he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Okay,
And
that's
as
gonna
the
be a
cold
wait time.
reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Well, I'm not really sure the paths we could take. It's getting a little bit late, so I think I'll just go ahead and wrap it up here. I might come back to this game to do some of the more involved and secret endings. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming out. And remember that if you did like this, if you found me even remotely entertaining, to go ahead and hit the like button and leave a comment down below, because it does help with the algorithm. So, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.